Who is Elizabeth Key Grinstead?
My name is Elizabeth Key Grinstead, and with my husband's help, I was the first woman of African ancestry from the North American colonies to sue for my freedom and win. I was born in 1630 in Holbrook County, which is now Newport News, Virginia.
Exactly.
My mother was born a slave. My father, however, was a white Englishman. My father was charged with fathering a mixed-race child back in 1636. He was found guilty due to the testimony of witnesses. So he took responsibility for me. He even arranged to have my baptism. So I was baptized. Before he died, he put me in the custody of Mr. Higginson. I had to work for Mr. Higginson as an indentured servant for 9 years. At that time, I was 6 years old. So at the age of 15, I was supposed to have my freedom. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Mr. Higginson's commitment to my father was not honored. And in 1640, at the age of 10, I was sold to Colonel John Mottram. Around 1650, Colonel Mottram paid the passage for some young white Englishmen to come work as indentured servants on his plantation in Israel.
Okay.
That is where I met my husband, William Grinstead, or the man that would be my husband, William Grinstead. William was very smart. He was 16 years old, and he was a lawyer. Colonel Mottram recognized William's talents, and he used him to settle all of his legal matters. Well, during this time, William and we fell in love. And from our union, we had a beautiful baby. Now, William and I wanted to marry. We loved each other very much, but it was unlawful for us to do so because I was an indentured servant. Now, after Colonel Mottram died in 1655, me and my son, we became property of his estate, of Colonel Mottram's estate, which means we could be sold again. But William and I did not want that to happen. We didn't want our family torn apart. So William became my attorney, and we sued for my freedom, which I should have been free a long time ago. At this point, I had been an indentured slave for 19 years. I had gone 10 years beyond the terms of my indenture. So, remember when I said that Thomas Key had been found guilty of being my father? Well, because of that fact, the fact that he was a white Englishman and that he had me baptized as a Christian, those were grounds for me to win my freedom. Okay? So I did win my freedom. Now, back during that time, a child's social status did depend on the father. So that is how it came to be that my son and I won our freedom. My case was sent to the Virginia General Assembly. They did an investigation, and then they sent my case back through the courts for a retrial. So I had to fight for my freedom a second time.
Wow.
But again, I won because the facts remained the same. So I did win again. Unfortunately, in 1662, the Virginia House of Burgesses passed a law that said that a child's social status depended on the mother. So now, at that time, if a child's mother was born a slave, that automatically made that child a slave. So that was a sad day in history, and we've had many more sad days in the lives of the enslaved.
My God. Okay, so in the end, after it was all said and done, you end up...
I remained free.
My
son remained free.
Okay.
And my husband remained free until he died. Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, that's the end of the amazing story right there. That's a good ending. Oh, okay. Thank you very much.